What's up, guys? It's Cody from Tipsy Rippers here, back with another box review. This is a great square box. It's nice rectangular. I'd say it's for it now. Just kidding. We're back here with another knife sharpening review slash unboxing. So I'm pretty excited about this one. This is a new product from Xarilk. I still don't know how to say it, but I'm excited. They sent us another thing to check out. Actually, they sent us two things. Something I didn't even know they were coming out with. They sent me a little preview of what was coming out next, and I'm excited. I've tried to find anything like it. If you guys know of anything that is like this, please let me know in the comments below so I could check it out and everything like that. Sent to us to review, but we're going to be honest. We're going to unbox it. We're going to give our first impressions, and we're going to actually maybe just do a quick few swipes and show you how it is on the new sharpening system here. It's supposed to be a fold-up version, a nice different mobile version, so you can take it with you. So I'm curious to see what it's all about, and really excited. So without further ado, let's get crack-a-lacking this box. All right, let's get cracking this box open. Let's see what's in the contents. So, pretty excited. All right, let's check her out. All right, contents of the box. All right, little receipt here. 4-piece diamond knife sharpening stone set with aluminum base, 6.2 by 0.9, diamond plates kit, foldable portable knife sharpening system, adjustable knife. So they sent us two things. They sent us their new diamond plates, which I'm excited about that. Maybe we'll do a separate video comparing the other ones that come with the knife sharpener and these ones. Let's get rid of this box. And yeah, let's get this opened up and let's take a look at it. Ooh, yeah. All right, so just like others, they have this guide here. I'm curious to know if they put a little bit more instructions in this one. That was a recommendation I had in the last one. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that in a second, but we're gonna basically pull this out and show the gist of it. Okay, so seems like it's made out of the same aluminum. Oh, this is different. Blue is pretty sweet. Okay, don't know how it works yet, but this is what's in the box. All right, these are even different. These are almost, these are like channeled. Okay, this is like it's not plastic, it's like metal. Okay, interesting. So, okay, we got a rod similar to all the other ones, but they're a little bit different. This one's definitely a little bit different. It looks like it has a set screw here. I guess we'll find out how it is. As always, includes an Allen key with all their systems. Okay, and they kept the ball, which I really like the ball, better than the first model one. And this is different, so we're gonna have to put it together and see how it goes. But this is pretty exciting. I do like that it folds up. I mean, it's still pretty heavy. Maybe I'll see if I can get a weight on it going forward, but it's still pretty heavy. You definitely feel it in your backpack, but it is more portable. You can break it down and stuff. But I guess the key is it's going to keep its angle. It's going to everything like that. That's important, especially when you flip it, because that's what the first model lacked in, is when you flipped it. Oh, something fell out. Okay, first things first, let's just go over the manual really quick and take a look at it. I like to kind of throw that in there, the gist and everything. So it is the Xarilk, uh, Xarilk portable folding knife sharpening system. So on here, this is all the parts it comes with. It tells you here, knife sharpener body, diamond stone ×3, Allen wrench ×1, manual ×1. So it has 6 steps about putting it together. And there is pretty standard with it, but here we go. This is what I was hoping for. Tips. The knife holder itself has a 10-degree angle. Direct measurement may result in errors. First, place the electronic protractor. Okay, so it gives you a little bit of a description about finding your angle, so that's not bad. Let's put it together. Let's go over it, and let's see how easy it is to tell the angles, and yeah, let's go from there. First step, fold it out, boom, and then tighten the screw right here. Easy enough. All right, so that's pretty easy. Let's do it backwards. Unscrew it, and fold it back in. So tip here is make sure that's in the right position, because it needs to close in this socket there. So let's flip it real slowly. Let's show you what you do. Is you're flipping it here, and it does a complete, I'm gonna say, what is that, 270, and you just tighten this screw right here, and boom, it's set. It's not too bad. A little bit of wiggling, but that might just be an Allen key adjustment. So let's see. Okay, next step is open the knife sharpening. Okay, interesting. So don't know how this works yet, but seems to flip down here and it locks into place. Interesting. Okay, next next step is to insert the sharpening bar inside this channel here. Okay. All right, so I told you this step wrong. So you actually want this to be on this side. So stick this through like this, then have this on that side. So my apologies. Then you take the holder and you screw it in there. They actually put some Loctite in there. Ow. Okay, interesting. That's awesome. I suggested that in a partial of a video for the other rod holder to, yeah, that's awesome. So they put some blue Loctite on there. That's very interesting. Not red though. That's good. Good thing there. Okay, so the next step shows that there should be 2 set screws for these holders. So let's get those put in there. Everyone likes toolless things, so that's nice. I like set screws. These ones are nice and thicker than the first model. So I agree 100% on that. So you just screw these on there. Don't do it too tight because you're going to need to adjust them. So take your appropriate grit there. You know, if you're going to reprofile, start with this, you know, lower one, etc. Whatever. We're just going to put a stent in there. We're going to have to get details. So let's go ahead and open her up. I'll just grab a 2000 because it's here. These look nicer though. They're metal. Seems like aluminum. Nice. Okay, and this is just a guess, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it right because it doesn't really break it down how much tension you need or what the purpose of the spring is. But what I'm doing is setting the stone in there and then setting it where it's at least an inch past where, so I can take this one and put tension on it on the right side here. So this is where I'm going to set the first one right here. And whenever I go to put the stone in, I can push it against the spring and hopefully get the tension I need, like that. And I'd probably recommend trying to level it out by pressing here and then tightening there. That's just a guess. I'm just guessing on what you do there, but feels not so bad. This is a different system, and I guess we will be able to tell you more about it as we go along, some recommendations. But so far, this is I like it. It's different. Okay, so this is perfect. They actually added instructions on how to find your angle, which is perfect. So you may need a protractor. There's no reference to the angles on here. A lot of people anyways use the Sharpie trick anyways to get their angle, so you can do that as well. But it's saying that the sharpener itself has a 10 degree angle. So I will have to double check that, but that should be a 10-degree angle. You will zero it at on the knife sharpener itself. So right here, you're gonna zero it out because it's supposed to be 10 degrees. And then since it's zeroed out, you will measure, put it on the bar, and then you'll know what angle this bar will be. So if you're trying to find 20 degrees, since it's zeroed off at a 10-degree angle and you measure it to 10 degrees, that should get you the right angle that you need. So I am glad they listened to me and added the instructions on how to find the angle, because they didn't have it in any other one, or at least that I seen. So thanks for adding that, guys. So something I didn't add and I would recommend, but I guess it would depend on how long of a blade you're getting, because you want to use probably the whole stone. But this is the locking mechanism, so then you don't pull it out too far. Pull it out. But yes, you pull this, just put this on here, tighten it with the thumb screw, and boom. So make sure you have your full range of motion. I'm probably going to put it back just a hair further, but you can almost dial this down a little bit, so then you're not exceeding more than you need. So that's cool. That's different. I like that. So far it's smooth. Um, Time will tell. So for the sake of demonstration, we're going to put a knife in here, and we're just going to see how well it holds it with this design. Yes, I do need, I'm not going to sharpen it, but okay, so there is a gripe already. So the jaws in this aren't very thick. So, and I wouldn't say the blade on my knife is very thick. I have had trouble getting it in there. I can, however, but if you have a expensive knife and you don't want it to get nicked up on the edges, um, you might not want to put it in this one. So you might want to just do thin blades, or obviously put some painter's tape. But if you put some painter's tape, you might not get it in there. I guess I will have to do that test and see, and go from there. Yeah. So we already kind of messed up here, but okay. So make sure that's on top. All right, let's tighten her down here. All right, so just pretending. Okay, so here's a lack of. So if you're going to flip it, and I am right-handed, so my inkling is to go to the right. You almost can't put that, so you're gonna have to just put this on the opposite side that you're gonna do it, and you're only gonna be able to flip it one way when you go to flip it. So just note there's gonna be limitations to a mobile one, but as you see that I'm rotating this, you're gonna have to worry about how far forward you're putting your blade, or you're not gonna be able to spin it too easily. So, and it's a little sketchy doing it that way. Um, and yeah, you're gonna have to pull back so then you get inside the slots. Um, different, and right there is an issue right there. So when you're flipping it, you almost have to just have this thing completely out of the way. So you're just gonna have to get used to just putting it as close up as possible when you're flipping it, because it's just going to be in the way. No matter which way you go, you're gonna, instead of putting it to the side, you're going to push it forward. So I mean, I get it. It's a mobile one, so it's going to have flaws. But so you pull this, and that's what scares me is your hand is right here going into the knife. So I guess you can hold it like this, but then you're going to have to rotate it. You could just use a knife if you want. That's up to you guys. That's probably what I would do if I'm going to use this, but um, there's got to be a different way to do this. But I don't know, because they got to keep their angle, etc. Whether there's put a little some kind of knob on the side, I don't know. But I see that as a flaw for sure, because you just got to be careful what you're doing. Watch what you're doing. Take your time, and it recommends be mounted. So just make sure your stone holder is out of the way. When you're doing it, push it forward. You can't make it left and right because it's going to hit. Okay, so for being a mobile device, mainly it's toolless, but for you to tighten the knives in there, if anything needs tightened, for the most part, this Allen key fits, but there needs to be a slot or something to put this in. I haven't found anything yet, but I will try to find something if there is anything. But that's one thing. If it's a mobile device, you need somewhere to put this, because you're going to lose this very easily. So there needs to be some kind of integrated spot to put this in, 100%. Okay, for demonstration's sake, we have it clamped here to our table. It almost has to be off the edge of the table to clamp it. So that's another accessory you need if you want to feel like you need to clamp it. I personally am not going to clamp it if I ever use it or take it anywhere with me. I am going to give you a rundown of the angles really quick. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your protractor, your angle cube here. I like to place it on this, and I'm just going to double check, make sure this is zeroed out. So you're going to take this and put it on the adjustment where you're going to put it, and they say it's 10 degrees. So what you're going to do is zero it out on this angle here. So you don't really have to zero it out here. I just like to make sure it's zeroed out for me. So you want to make sure it's zeroed out here, and then you want to take whatever grit you're going to use, place it on the blade, and then you're going to stick it on the rod. So if you need a 20-degree angle, you will go ahead and move it to your 20 degrees. And what's nice is I would adjust a little low if you need to micro tune it, and then you can go ahead and adjust, tighten this, and then there's a knob here where you can micro adjust it up, so you can get really fine tuned into that 20 degrees. If you're working with, there we are, we're at 20 degrees, and then you could check your sharpening trick or Sharpie trick, so you can make sure you're at the right angle. If you need to be at 20 degrees, 17 degrees, 18 degrees. Okay, so for demonstration purposes, we have it clamped down and we're just going to do a couple passes just to show you, and then we'll do a couple passes without it clamped and just kind of give you an idea of how the system works. We have it set at 20 degrees. I do not have a Sharpie on there, but to indicate it, but we're going to sharpen this knife later anyways, so we will go ahead and do that now. Okay, so the best angle is, I'm not certain, but we're just gonna show you a demonstration here. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. So that's the only thing I wish it did have more rotation in it, and it does have a little bit of wiggle, so I might have to tighten this. But you almost want to put it at the edge of the table so you can just flip it without any interference, and then you can continue to sharpen the other side, and then proceed. So that's just a quick overview. If anyone wants any more information on that process, just let me know. Okay, so this is part of the issue though. If you don't want to carry your clamp with you, if you want it to be strictly mobile, you can have some trouble flipping it because you can only flip it one way or the other. So you just have to kind of plan and just associate it the way you want to do it. So it just makes it, because this blade's small, and you do have to make sure this is out of the way. But I did sharpen a kitchen knife with this just to see, and you have to actually take it, lift it up that way if you're not going to put it at the edge. And so that's just something that if you want something mobile, you're just going to have to deal with it. So let's just do a couple of passes with it, not clamped down, and we'll just show you a little bit of it. So you almost have to brace it here. So it's not too bad. Usually, I'm so used to putting it over here out of the way, but it doesn't have a range of motion, so you have to put it over here so then you can change it. So that it's not too bad. Something I want to note is these jaws are tight, so if you're working on thicker knives, you might have some issues. See, I have it fully loosened with the Allen key, and I really had to slide the sucker in there. So, and look, my tape wasn't even doing anything. So, okay, I told you I'd get a weight of the system, and this is even with the stone. So we got 3 pounds and 3.3 ounces. Okay, so one last thing we're going to take a look at before we do the consensus is these suckers. These are the new, I guess, honeycomb sharpening stones from Xarilk. Xarilk. Yes, I will always say that no matter what I do. So we are going to take a look at these suckers and take them out. They look cool. So they're supposed to reduce. I don't really know too much about the honeycomb ones. I think they're supposed to reduce caking of the dust and supposedly give a more consistent sharpening, but it looks like they used aluminum channel as well. So I have not used them. As you've seen, I just opened them here. I am eager to test them out. Different design. They look really nice. I do want to take one of their old stones, maybe cut it in half, and then show you guys. But these actually look like these ones are stones instead of like a sticky abrasive like the other ones may be. So that's interesting. So those might be well worth the upgrade, which these ones are actually stones too. So okay, so let's get into it. I had to redo the consensus part because I was out of frame. So um, I just want to hit some things on the nail, on the head of the nail, I guess we want to say. So this is a pretty good system, in my opinion, just from the initial unboxing review. It's different from all the other systems. It seems like they actually took some thought into this. They added some things I suggested, and I don't know if that's why they did it, but at least it's represented here. So they added Loctite, they changed the holder, they added instructions on the finding the angle and the instructions. So that's all great. So that looks like they're moving forward. They're listening to advice. So hopefully you know they keep coming out with different or better, making their system better each time. I will say that obviously there is some things I don't like about it. It is heavy. It weighs 3 pounds. So I mean, making it portable. If I was going to go with a portable, sharpening system, I'd probably go with the Work Sharp one that you can actually take with you, throw in your backpack. It's real small. You can, resharpen your knife, while you're hunting or something. This might be something where if you're going to go out of town or if you're going to go away and you actually have a station or table, then yes, this would be nice. I do like that it folds up and you can put it in a drawer, um, everything like that. Takes up a little bit less space, but you still have the holder. Luckily, it breaks down. But that's another complaint: is if you're going to make it portable, you're going to have all these different mechanisms going on, and they don't fold up together. Then you need to provide a carrying case with the device. You need to provide an organization carry case because these rods are sensitive. If they're bent, which I've experienced a bent one, they don't run smoothly. So that is something they need to do if they are going to consider this as portable. So that's definitely oversight on their, manufacturing or whatever you want to call it. I did write a couple things down here. So carry bag was one of them. So obviously you need a spot to carry the accessories. You need to add something for the Allen key. If they're going to have 2 spots for Allen keys, you need to provide 2 different Allen keys. They did not. They only provided one, which, everyone should have Allen keys anyways. But there need to be, if it's going to be portable, if it's going to be, provide the tools for the system. If it's a toolless system, yes, but it still needs tools to be maintained. So they should provide an option with a clamp or without a clamp as well. That was something I would suggest they would at least look into. It's not necessary, or at least put in there clamp not included, or mounting hardware not included because there's no way to mount it. So one of the downsides of it is for you to flip it, you do have to either work at the edge of a table or work or pick up the device itself and do it. That's kind of a downside, but I mean, not everything's gonna be perfect. You're not gonna like everything. So, come into this device open-minded on some of the things that it does have a little bit of flaws. So, because it is what it is. Everything has flaws, and you might like one system better than the other. So that's pretty much the main complaints that I got about the system. It for I think $66-$67. It's a great budget entry level sharpener. I would say I would spend my $67. Actually, I'd probably spend $100 on this system personally. I'm not saying they should up the price because it's at a good spot, but for someone who wants to get into sharpening and doesn't know anything about it and just wants to, fiddle with it and kind of wants some consistency, this system would be something to look into. Same as the Gen 2 or the Gen 3, but I know that they do copy on some of their things, so I understand they gripe about it. But in my understanding, or at least my opinion, is no one wants to dump $400, $500 plus on just getting into the sharpening, and then this is a great avenue to take. So that's something that it, opens up the eyes to. If you want something better, something more consistent, something that's going to, then yeah, spend more money on the TS Prof, the Cadet, all the other brands. There's so many of them that you could invest into. But with that being said, I would suggest this to anyone. I've literally have suggested this to other people when they're asking for a knife sharpener. It's a good entry level, and it could actually take you on to, if you're only sharpening knives here and there, like me. I only sharpen knives when I need it. I don't have a huge collection. I'm not doing it professionally. It's something that you can look into and invest into. I really think they're heading in the right direction with some of these sharpeners, or at least this sharpener. But like I said, there is some complaints about it. You guys can make an opinion on yourself. I hope I explained it well enough that you guys can get your own opinion about it. But guys, check it out. I will be doing a giveaway on one of these knife sharpeners for our 1,000 subscribers. So that's what we're going to do. And at some point is do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. And if you like this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also share it with your friends or family, or some random guy walking down the street. Be like, hey, look at Tipsy Rippers, that guy. Yeah, watch that guy. That'd be cool. Anyways, stay tipsy.